This is by far my favorite time for enjoying beer. There's nothing I love more in the glass than a robust Belgian Christmas beer. Here are my 5 absolute favorites. These are all readily available for you to enjoy and make your season just a little bit brighter. Nestled in the Ardennes forest near the Luxembourg border, the CHOUFFE brewery has been making stellar, monkless Belgian beers since the early 80s. Nice CHOUFFE is their winter beer, and the least dense and chocolatey in our list today. A gorgeous mahogany color with an eggshell head, it has a subtle hoppiness on the nose reminiscent of a Belgian brown ale, but spiced with thyme, orange peel, and curacao, giving it a festive aroma, and at 10% it has a fantastic holiday burn going down. It's the Christmas beer I drink with food. The forthcoming beers feel more like appetizers or dessert. Something like steak, roast, or even turkey with mashed potatoes and gravy will pair nicely with nice CHOUFFE. On the other end of the spectrum, we have STRAFFE HENDRIK's Christmas Blend. It's a vintage ale, although not guaranteed to be annual, making it instantly collectible. STRAFFE HENDRIK is made by the brewery of the Half Moon in the old city of Bruges, and is the one that I'm lucky enough to have visited. The base of this beer, the STRAFFE HENDRIK Quadruple, was an experimental beer not intended to leave Belgian borders when I was there a decade ago, and now it's become an international star. The Christmas blend is made with fresh quadruple ale blended into quad that's been aged in rum, Calvados, and Bordeaux barrels. This particular bottle of the 2022 vintage has clear influences from the Bordeaux barrels. It's tart with cherry essence and sweet vanilla and subtle oak on the palate. It finishes clean and dry despite the beer being a decadent mouthful of dessert, most likely due to its barrel aging and secondary fermentation in the bottle. Get these immediately if you see them. I still have a few 2017 God of Fire by CARLITO Churchills left from a box I bought in 2020, and that's exactly what I'll be smoking the next time I pop open either of these beers. With Cameroon wrapper and Dominican binder and filler, this cigar was also one of those gateway cigars for me. Years ago, I'd purchased one from a local shop to smoke at a cigar lounge, and it was love at first draw. It's smooth and quiet at the top, with cool vanilla notes finally warming up into chestnut and dried fruit aromas. It's a long smoke, probably an hour and a half to 2 hours the way I tend to smoke, but it's a perfect cigar for celebrating the season. Halfway between Brussels and the sea, you'll find the city of Ghent, and the Hygge Brewery, home of Delirium Tremens, one of the most popular Belgian blondes in the world. Its Christmas beer, DELIRIUM NOEL, stands as one of the few holiday selections I'm okay with drinking all year round. Its lighter amber color with light cream-colored foam hits the nose with more alcohol and fruit esters than the others. On the palate, however, it's got chocolate and candy pecan notes that finish with more dark chocolate and a slight burn. It's a great example of a quality Belgian strong ale, and it ages particularly well. This bottle's 2 years old, and it hasn't lost any of its beautiful acidity that I love in a Delirium beer. Just an hour drive from Ghent, you'll find the home of my #1 favorite Christmas beer of all time, St. Bernardus. Founded just after World War II, St. Bernardus was born from Trappist tradition and has seen remarkable growth in the last 20 years. Their quadruple still stands as one of the best quads in the world, and the Christmas ale is no different. Brewed as a true quadruple, the Christmas ale is opaque and bursts with spiced fruit and nutty aromas, as well as a tinge of anisette on the palate. Despite its hefty character, it's my ideal beer to start the night off with, due to how well it goes with robust cheeses or just on its own. It's wonderfully satiating. 1 or 2 of these seem to be a meal in and of themselves, harkening back to when this was the choice beverage for fasting monks. It's got a dark cherry finish with notes of chocolate and coriander. And as with many Belgian beers, it's fun to drink something that has such a rich history. Its yeast strain has been the same that has been used since 1946. This beer will also age nicely for the next 3 to 5 years. The bottles changed for the 2022 bottling, so if you are able to snag a green labeled bottle from years past, do it. Now let's take a trip back to the States for an honorable mention in the Christmas beer category. Now it's not a Belgian ale, but it can go toe-to-toe with the previously talked about beers any day. This one is BRECKENRIDGE Brewery's HOLIDALE, a barrel-aged version of its yearly Christmas ale. A pale red in color, this beer packs a punch of whiskey barrel goodness. You really get the oak and actual whiskey on the nose and palate, and I have to say I'm incredibly impressed with the hefty body of the base beer. It's balanced and tastes like a $10 bottle, but that's the cost of a 4-pack. I'd put this up against any whiskey barrel aged beer despite the price. Now I regret that this one is my last bottle, and it says that it's only going to be good for 2 years, but I would grab a few and lay it down and see what happens. Oh, and Breckenridge, put this in one of those Christmas ale barrels. I'll take 2. With any of these 3 beers, well, any of these beers, I'd be smoking a TATUAJE Miami GRAN COJONU. Guys, this cigar, it's big. It's got all kinds of pepper and leather and creamy vanilla, and as you get further down, it opens up to more baking spice and leather and bitter chocolate. It's a killer cigar. With an Ecuadorian Maduro wrapper and Nicaraguan binder and filler, this cigar is gorgeous. It's got a closed foot for that theoretical extra punch of flavor on your virgin puffs. Those guys are doing something right down there. With that, thank you for stopping by the Cigar Bar, and please enjoy your holiday season. See you in the next one.